Hi, this is my very first live on YouTube, and I'm excited. Let's see. Okay, I'm sure it takes a while for people to be notified that I'm doing a live since I did not schedule this. But I'm going to go ahead and start talking because I know that you can always replay this and see this from the beginning. My name is Regine, and I help moms with their mommy tummies. Um, I love wearing this suit because it helps really explain things. And I'll just go ahead and start out by uh, kind of doing a little assessment because people often ask, how do I know if the exercises that you're showing me are right for me? So if you look on my YouTube channel, I have so many exercises on there. I have a complete 28-day program. I have a bunch of little exercises that I post every single day. And people are wondering, are those things that I need to do or not? Here's how you know, okay? Because for me, I'm a mom of four, and I was, especially after my second, third, and fourth child, I really struggled with my mommy tummy, and I was trying to figure out why the traditional ab exercises weren't working. Like I was doing the sit ups and the planks and all of those things, and they weren't working. And what I realized was one, I had diastasis recti. Two, I had a very deep, weak core, and those exercises really weren't honing in on those particular issues that I had. And here's something that I want you to do to check to see if you are ready for those exercises or not, or if you need to be doing the types of things that I show you. So, very quickly, um, I want you to do this little self assessment with me, and that is lean back. So, you can be standing, sitting, I'm on the floor here. You can lean back, and as you lean back, even as if you're going to do a sit up, it doesn't matter where you are. I want you to do this with me. And you can put in the chat what results you get because this will help you determine whether the exercise you're doing is good for you or not. Okay. Um, you're going to lean back and you're going to look down. If you see bulging coming up through your midline, so you see, just bulging coming up through there, or when you lean back, you can't keep your abs scooped and flat like that and you get like what we call kind of bread loafing, like a doming, a bulging of your entire six pack coming out. If you see one of those things, definitely say me in the comments, or just know that that means we have some work to do there. And any exercise you're doing, let's say you're doing sit ups, like a lot of times people will say sit ups are the go to for flattening your abs. But if you're a mom like me, your deep core might be stretched out and might not be ready for sit ups. So if you lean back and you see bulging coming up through your midline, then you're actually putting strain on that bulge. That bulge is called diastasis recti. Diastasis is separation. That's where the rectus abdominis or your six pack muscles, literally that line there of connective tissue that connects the muscles together, that midline of tissue, the connective tissue stretches, okay? And not only that, but all of the connective tissue in the abdominal area can stretch because of pregnancy as well. Now, the deep core muscles that wrap around, those can also stretch because it has to make way for the baby. So it makes perfect sense that those tissues would need to stretch. But postpartum, there is a special way of repairing that, of strengthening that. So, and you don't want to do things that actually make it worse. Okay. Hi. I see somebody waving there. Okay, so that's just a really quick test that I have moms do because people will say, "How do I know if I need to do those exercises that you show me or not? How do I know if an exercise is not right for me to do?" This is how you know. When you lean back or when you're doing that exercise, if you see excessive doming coming up through the midline, or if you can't keep your abs flat when you're doing that exercise, like sit ups. Sit ups are one of those prime examples. You're doing your sit ups and you'll see like bulging. If you're doing a sit up and you see bulging coming up, that's not a good sign. That means that your deep core needs strengthening, or you need to learn how to better engage your deep core. Okay, and that's what my 8-week core challenge talks about. That's what my whole channel talks about, and explains and gives exercises on how to strengthen those tissues. Okay, all right. So that's just kind of a little quick. If you want more information on that, I have a link in my on my main page that will give you a guide that goes through what exercises, how to know if an exercise is right for you or not, what diastasis recti is, and how to get started. All of that stuff is there. So check that link out, or check out the stuff on my YouTube. I go through a lot of that stuff in detail. Okay. Um, hey, Erica, nice to see you here. So today, I want to go through one of the, I'd say, the quickest ways to tackle the lower belly pooch. Now, that was something I struggled with a lot, and I still, that's the area that is more stretched out for me. So if I get super bloated around my period or whatever, that's where I have the more stretched out tissues. I had 4 babies, by the way, and they all sat very low. Okay. So there are 2 things that I want to talk about today that if you have them, this talk is for you. If you have forward head posture or rounded shoulders, or if you grip your upper abs. That's an issue that I struggle with, is I grip my upper abs. So I'm kind of constantly like this. If you have like a flatter upper abs and a line there with a bit of a pooch at the bottom, that's you're like me. You're an upper ab gripper is what we call it. And you might just have a habit of gripping your abs because you want them to look flat all the time. I took ballet when I was younger. We were always gripping our abs. So those are 2 things I want to go over today. If you have forward head posture, or you upper ab grip, and you have a lower belly pooch, this talk is for you. Okay. All right. So with forward head posture, and I like to kind of do demonstrations with you so that you can assess yourself as we go along. So here's something I want you to assess. I want you to notice what happens to your lower belly and to your pelvic floor when whether you put your head forward or grip your abs, which also pushes this upper part forward. So with me, I want you to put your head forward, and I want you to pay attention to what's happening to the pressure in your lower belly and in your pelvic floor. Okay. So put your head forward, feel how it feels there. Just feel it. Feel it with me. Okay. Now I want you to pretend as though somebody has a string at the top of your head, and I want you to pretend as though somebody's pulling it straight up. Okay, they're pulling it straight up. So it's almost like they're getting at the top of your spine, and kind of pulling you up. I want you to feel what happened here to your lower abs and to your pelvic floor. Okay, I want you to try that with me again. I want you to push your head, relax, push your head back forward, push it forward. Feel what you can exaggerate it. You might not normally have your head this far forward, but I want you to feel what's going on with your lower belly and your pelvic floor while you do this. Okay, so push your head forward, feel what's going on in your lower belly, feel your pelvic floor. Now I want you to lengthen straight up. Feel what's going on there now. Okay? Now, if you're like me, when you lifted up, you felt your abs come in and you felt your pelvic floor lift a little bit. But when you push your head forward, you feel pressure gently coming out and down. So feel it up, lift, in, forward, pressure out, down. You see that? You see that? Okay, so I want you to do that with me because I want you to feel that connection between your posture and upper ab gripping and what's going on with your lower belly and your pelvic floor. That's why I said this is I'm going to show you one of the quickest ways of really tackling the lower belly and the pelvic floor, because how we hold our posture throughout the day is everything. Like, I show you the exercises all on my channel. I give you full length exercises, I give you short exercises, but you do them for at most 15 minutes. But what you do and how you hold your body throughout the day, that's going to affect you more than what you do for 15 minutes or less, right? Okay. So we want to be more aware of how we're holding our posture. Now, there's no such thing as perfect posture. I don't want you walking around like robot, but you want to just kind of be aware of, as you're going throughout the day and you're doing different things, how you're feeling. Is your posture lengthened up? Is your head lengthening up? or are you like this or gripping like this? Because that's going to put constant pressure down and out throughout the day. Okay. So I want to show you an exercise that can really help with this. There are lots of strengthening exercises for posture, but it's interesting because mobility of your spine can actually help with forward head posture and ab gripping um, a whole lot. And you do it all throughout your day. Okay. So we're going to go over a mobility exercise um, that I oftentimes will show in my short exercises that you'll see in my shorts. But I want you to understand why it works and how to do this exercise properly. Because I know I throw those shorts at you very quickly, and you may not know all the different things with form. Okay. In my 8-week core challenge, I usually go through and explain every bit of the exercises you're doing while you're doing the exercises. But I know when I throw shorts at you, it's very short and I don't explain anything. So I want to take a moment to explain that. So, why are we doing a mobility exercise to try to strengthen or help our posture? Well, here's the thing. I want you to do another demonstration with me. I want you to put your head forward or grip your abs, and I want you to try to twist your right here at the base of your rib cage. I want you to try to twist with like this. Okay, how far can you twist? Don't hurt yourself, but how far can you twist with your head forward or your abs gripped down? Not very far. Okay, so let's lengthen up nice and tall. And now I want you to rotate. Okay? You see how much more you can move, rotate when your posture is aligned, but when you're forward like this, you can't. And the interesting thing is, studies show that when you increase your mobility here, right here at the base of the thoracic spine, that you will also improve your forward head posture and any ab gripping that you have. Okay? Wonderful, right? So here's an exercise that you have probably seen in my feed and my shorts. I send out like 2 exercises every single day. You'll see them pop through my shorts. And this is one that I often will show that will help with upper ab gripping and lower belly pooch. Also with forward head posture. If you have mid back pain, if you have neck pain, this is going to help for all of that. Okay. But I want you to know how to do it properly. This is like a mid back rotation exercise. I'm going to show it for you, demonstrate it very quickly, and then I'm going to go through and break it down just a little bit. Okay. This is something you can do every single day just to kind of increase range of movement and also strength. This is actually going to strengthen your core as well. And you're going to just find it's going to just help overall. So I'm going to just demonstrate this exercise is basically going to look like this. Okay. But there are a couple things I want you to understand so that you can make sure you do this properly. So I am basically just really trying to get some mobility here at the base of my ribs. If you did that with me, which I encourage you to do, you're gonna feel tightening here. You're gonna start to feel a burn. I just did that a few times. I feel a burn, lower belly burn. Okay. Here's some troubleshooting for that. This is how you're gonna get the most out of the exercise. When you do this exercise, whenever I show you an exercise and I'm on my hands and knees, first of all, don't do this. Don't be here doing whatever I'm doing. You want to make sure that you are pushing up. That's going to help your core. Okay. It really uses serratus and that connects to your abs and helps to draw it in. All right. So you can always push up. Even when I lift my hand up here, make sure this stays pushed up. You don't sink down, push up. If you have a hard time with that, just work on that. Okay. Pushing up through the armpits almost. All right. You're going to lift your head up. Now, as I rotate, I want the rotation to come from this low part of my rib cage. Right here at the base, that's where I want the rotation, not from me twisting my arm. Okay? So I want your elbow to point back here and keep it there. So as I lift up, my elbow hasn't moved. It's not turning, it's staying straight. And I'm just getting that mobility at the base of my rib cage. Okay? So I'm turning it up. Oh, I know y'all can feel this if you're doing it with me, all right? And we're doing that. Another thing too is you want to try to keep your hips still. You don't want the twisting to come from down here. If you're having a hard time, letting the whole thing move as opposed to just your right here, I want you to grab a ball, a pillow, something to put between your knees and just kind of squeeze that when you go up, because that's going to keep you from rotating your pelvis. All right, so we're going to push up, elbow faces back, hand on the back of the neck, and you're going to exhale and then back down. Okay? All right, wonderful. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know here in the comments. You felt that, right? I see that right there, the comment. All right, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any ideas of what you'd like me to show you next, definitely leave it in the comments and I'll help you troubleshoot that particular exercise. I know I'm always throwing exercises at you guys, but I want you to understand them, how to do them, and how to get the most out of them. So definitely leave a comment below if there's another exercise that you'd want me to go over. All right, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.